Hey everyone, it's Jakov, and I'm here today with yet another battle replay for Total War the Dawnless Days. Today's video being a battle replay of me fielding a tier 3 Dunlending army, besieging a small Rohirrim town, or rather mid-sized Rohirrim town, defended as you could probably guess by the men of Rohan. Today's battle is meant to be more of a showcase of what type of army you could be expected to field when it comes to Dunland at this part of the game, and what type of enemy you could be expected to face off against, and what type of situation you could be expected to face. So there we have it, guys. If you guys like the idea of these types of battle, please let me know in the comments. I do intend on making more of them as I really enjoy them, however I want to make sure that you guys are also enjoying them too. With that said, I'm going to put the battle into slow motion and we'll go through both armies. So, looking at the Dunlending army, at the back of the army we've got a couple of units of the Dunhird archers, which are their professional warriors. So we've got a couple of units of these guys. And this army that's been fielded today is less of a Dunlending army and more of a Dunhird army, with Dunhird I think being the capital of Dunland. So yeah, this is a far more professional army than those we've seen before. Then in the front lines we've got a couple of units of the Dunhird Chosens, their Axe Shock Infantry unit. Then in front of them we've got a couple units of the Dunhird Swordsmen, who look fantastic, I will say. And then leading the army we've got a unit of the Blood Avengers, which tends to be the most common general fielded by this faction. And then finally, the last unit that these guys have is a unit of Onagers. So for this battle they've also got some artillery. At the back you can see the siege towers and battering rams. I felt even if this army is professional, it still wouldn't be as professional in comparison compared to the more advanced civilization, so I didn't think they'd be using heavy siege artillery or siege equipment. They would be using artillery, however, and here come the first few shots. And did that kill anyone? No, it just missed. So yeah, looking at the, and also as you can see they're attacking from one direction only. Just letting you guys know, because I am playing against a computer, don't expect my strategies here to be that advanced or tactical, and don't expect the same thing for the computer either. So looking at the Rohirrim force, on the walls they've got a couple of units of the Yeomen of the Mark, which are a very cool unit if I'm being quite honest, and some Aorling retainers. And do we have more of them? Yep, more Aorling retainers. Unit of the Axe Thanes, and then providing an armoured reserve right behind the main tower, or the main gate I should say, and the two towers. We've got a couple of units of Aorling men-at-arms and the Sword Thanes. Then defending other parts of the town, they've got the Yeomen of the Mark stationed over here, and then providing a last reserve we've got a unit of the Guards of the Golden Hall. So yeah, pretty cool all things considered. Turning back, you can see the artillery opening fire, and just missing, barely. We'll put it back into regular speed. Ah, they didn't miss this time. And there we've got it, the first few deaths of the battle. Looking at the numbers, the Rohirrim force is slightly smaller, which makes sense, given that Rohan was never a faction known for having massive amounts of manpower. Also, just to let you guys know, if you guys hear the wind blowing in the background, that's because it is the middle of winter where I am filming and the wind is blowing like crazy, and my roof is shaking like crazy. So, yeah, if you guys can hear that, I'm sorry about that. So, bit by bit, the Dunlending force advances. So that, and yeah, I remember the reason why I did this was so that the Onager could get better accuracy at closer range. And if I remember correctly, because I did film this quite a while ago, the artillery's main goal that I planned for it was to destroy the watchtowers first, then destroy the gate, and then just storm the fortress. I believe that's what my original strategy was. And while it is quite straightforward, that's also very much indicative of what the Dunlendings would be doing in such a battle. We might actually speed it up potentially, just because I want to see, because this siege does take a fair bit of time, it's quite grindy. But yeah, as you could see before, they were doing a couple peppering shots beforehand, more or less to get a bit of a guess of how effective they'd be at that range. They've moved a bit closer. I love that creaking sound. I know, there's something about it. And will they advance closer? Yes or no? Yeah, because it's been so long, this is more or less like a new reaction for me, kind of. Like, I know who's going to win this battle. And keep in mind, I don't always win the battle. Sometimes, it's depending on how it goes, the PC does beat me, I'm afraid to say. Here goes the next shot. Will it land? There's the last shot coming in. Close. Well, not even close. It hit, definitely. They didn't kill anyone on the wall. Looking at the damage of the gate, it's at 26%. This watchtower's taken 57%. This one's undamaged. I really love the look of the Rohirrim settlements. Here comes the next volley of fire. No one's quite dead yet. In comes this shot. Damn, that was brutal. Redecorating this town red step by step. And yeah, if you guys can hear that in the background, again, I'm really sorry. It's damn loud even to me too. POV, you're a Rohirrim soldier. Will they advance or just keep peppering fire? I figure, yeah, they're just gonna keep shooting. That one seems a bit, well, like they're all hitting on target, I should say. But thinning out the infantry on top would be nice as well. And that seagull literally just phased out of existence. How much damage is the gate at? 48%. How much damage is this at? 57%. Okay. I want to say, has it made any sizable damage or dent to it yet? Nah, not yet. Ah, okay. And now, is there infantry advancing? Or not? Yeah, they're moving forward, the artillery. And if I remember correctly, doing this opened me up to the enemy because I actually brought them in too close. Like, I put them in range of the archers, I think, which could have derailed the entire battle then and there. Which, yeah, important note, don't bring up your siege artillery so close to the enemy that they can start shooting at it.
Aim low! Aim low! Give them death! Make your shots count! They bloody well will!
Yeah, see? This man took an arrow to the back and kept going. Absolute legend. So yeah, once I got them just out of range, I proceeded to return battery fire. I just realised that that wood is attached to nothing at the back. That one missed. Well, didn't kill any the infantry. That one did definitely kill people on the wall. And they were smart to evacuate their troops from there. See, had they still been there, that would have slaughtered a bunch of them. Looking at the door, it's getting there. Definitely getting damaged. In it comes. More damage done. Still no visible signs of damage though, apart from all the gore. And yes, I could speed it up to show the gatehouse eventually being destroyed, but it's kind of cool just to watch it happen bit by bit. Here we've got the resupply unit. I reckon maybe another 2 volleys or so before it shatters. Yeah, I think that one overshot. Pulling back. Should be about to go, I think, with this volley. Yep. There it goes. And now, I'm trying to think, do I send in the Dunlending army now to attack? Or do I take the time to pepper out their watchtowers? That I'm trying to remember. Watchtower it is. And their back units too. Okay. Surely he died. From the sheer amount of gore... Okay, yeah, no, they did die. I was looking at the unit stats. I was going to say, there must have been some casualties from that. Here come the peasants running for their life. Into the enemy army, which, you know, that's an interesting strategy. Cotton, let's see if that plays out for them. And just like that, there goes one of their watchtowers. The other one is now able to open fire, however. And now the infantry storms forward. If I seem to remember correctly, you see them cut down the peasants. I think. Or maybe I'm misremembering and the peasant slaughter happens later. In they go. In they swarm, and it makes sense to send in the shock infantry first. But yeah, the Rohirrim countercharged. Which wasn't my greatest moment, I'm afraid. Now the artillery is using flaming shot to try and cause as much damage as possible. And we've just got a full-blown grind fest, and the archers opening fire too. Now this is very much a tactical error on my part, bunching them up like this. However, I was relying on the weight of the numbers to push them through. And the enemy has also bunched up their forces too. Their watchtower is certainly suffering. That shot hit it too, or that one going to hit the infantry? It's on fire. Done exactly what it needed to do. The archers are open fire. You can see the lighting is a bit finicky here. Yeah, I was going to say, this would make a pretty cool screenshot to make my thumbnail with. But I'm thinking there's a couple other scenes I might use as well. They just got... Oh my god, this man just got turned into the Human Torch. And incinerated. That is cool. That is a sick effect. And yeah, throwing axes are going everywhere because these guys can use throwing axes too. Missing bit by bit, but still, for even one of these lands, it'll cause a fair bit of damage. Ah, and here comes the oil. And that is, yeah, I remember that reminded me to tell me to get my forces out of there for now. And then I sent them back in anyway, because they'd still be open to archer fire. You can just see the mass amount of arrows coming down from the sky. I think is the artillery, yeah. The artillery ran out of ammunition. Yeah, I forgot about that. I think, yeah, my general was right in the front of the action. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah. Oh, I was tripping out for a couple moments there. Ooh, very brutal. As you can see, it's very much a grind fest, but the Dunlending forces are moving up bit by bit. And the supporting fire from the archers is very much helping that advance progress. And yeah, these guys around the side are trying to be flanking around to come in and fight. Ooh. You see that? The whole, like, line around them? That's That's not nice. I hadn't seen that before, funnily enough. It looks very much like a cardboard cutout for a couple moments. Very brutal. It's these big woes of massive double-headed axes just carving a path through their enemies. Man takes an arrow to the shoulder, keeps on going. I actually want to see, how does this guy go? Does he survive or does he die? Did his arrow disappear? Here we've got one of the general unit just hacking away, disemboweling and decapitating an enemy soldier before getting cut down by a swordsman. I love to see it. So yeah, they're very much spread out now and are able to take advantage of the fighting not being as closely packed. He goes down. To their... Ooh, that was a nasty death. That would hurt quite a lot too. Looking at the map, and wow, you just see that lighting issue, how it goes from dark to light again like that. I know, Attila's got a lot of issues with that. What I was going to say is, I just love how this area is getting coated in red by the sheer amount of people dying here. Charred corpses in the back and fresh corpses in the front. Yeah, Rohan really has thrown most of their forces here to defend, which is smart because all I did was making a single axis approach. There was no point sending in more. And now the archers are coming up to provide support because they're out of ammunition. You can go for the decapitation, funnily enough. And looking at the units, who is broken? Aeorling men-at-arms broken, that was a bad lag. Sword Thanes, about to shatter. Yeah, most of their infantry that was fighting here is on the verge of going. Sorry about that. Most of the infantry that was fighting here is on the verge of going, I should say. This is smart though, they're using their archers to pin down the Dunlendings as they're coming out of the gate path, where they're tightly packed. This could actually be a major issue in terms of casualties later on. In that, by being exposed to this much incessant archer fire, the Dunhird forces fighting here are being sapped of strength. Which means for final pushes, they could be in a very bad spot. But These guys are gone. And are going to be slaughtered now that they're broken. Yeah, I think you'll find that Dunlendings don't really take prisoners. Like, of these troops here, I'd be surprised if a single one is able to walk out of the battle alive. Oh, that'd do it. Even with their helmet being smashed in the head with an axe like a barday shot, that would kill you on the spot. I think that's the last guy in the unit. Yeah, he gets decapitated too. And in they go, swarming into this town, going by two paths. At first, I think. Yeah, the Blood Avengers are actually getting messed up really bad. Like that. I don't know why. No, would have. Ah, that's why. Capturing the flag. I was wondering what it was about for a bit. Now the swordsmen are storming through the town. Or city. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say this is a town more so than a small city. The archers are trying to shoot, but they're about to be caught out. And the killing begins. Funnily enough, it's Archer v Archer, I realise. There's a fair amount of the Dunhird soldiers fighting here are lacking shield, which means they're archers serving in melee combat. Looking at the map overall, yeah, Dunhird, the Dunlending forces, which also the Dunhird forces, outgun the Rohirrim 2-1 by this point. So yeah, one unit of archers has been, no, 2 units of archers have been called out here. Do they have any more units in reserve? Nothing over here, just their guard of the Golden Hall. Now, as this battle is raging, I want you guys to think, what could be the headcanon for this battle? Is it, I don't know, potentially, it's a raid or invasion of a Rohirrim settlement. We're trying to think of a backstory for why this occurred. Maybe just blooding a professional force yet again, to see that they've still got it, so the leaders of the Dunlending tribe decide to send their professional forces out. Maybe something like that. This archer, I was going to say, is absolutely crazy for what he did there. And I was going to give him mad props, but he got stabbed through the guts in the middle of doing it. So yeah, both units are broken, but I'm pretty sure this is a bit of an error in not hunting them down and making sure to kill them, to shatter them entirely, because it means they can always return. So yeah, all the troops mass up, and now they're getting ready for the final charge into the main keep, kind of. Ooh, very rare. a stone Rohirrim structure.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
Yeah, exactly. These guys have returned, ready to fight. So too will these guys. So this unit of archers have been sent out first as a scouting force. Because remember, you've got the fog of war thing, so you can't actually tell if there are soldiers nearby necessarily. The archers regather and almost immediately shatter. And then the whole force just advances. The artillery is coming up from behind too to provide that tiny little bit of manpower. Yeah, see, I knew there was murder of peasants here. Yep. Yeah, I knew it for certain. And I have a feeling this woman's about to meet her doom in a couple seconds. No, she doesn't. She's booking it for the hills, and that's the best thing she's done all day. Yeah, now they're capturing this capture point while these guys move forward. More troops being brought up. More also pulling back, I think. Are they going to go after the archers potentially? Again, recorded a long time ago. And now the Guard of the Golden Hall have finally deployed, even though they would have been useful a lot earlier. You know, like when the Dunlendings were shadowing down the gates and swarming through, but you know, maybe it's not too late. Though looking at the clock over there, probably get a bit of an idea. This battle's not going to last too long. See, they keep advancing back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And here they come. First wave.
Give them your best efforts.
And yeah, they shatter really damn quickly. And there we've got it, a valiant defeat. A valiant defeat? Oh, wait, did I put a time limit on the battle originally? Huh. I was pretty sure the Dunlendings won this battle. There might have been the whole time thing, they ran out because of time. Okay, so I guess you could say that I ended up losing this battle. See, an outcome to this battle that I myself didn't even realise. Although I'd say, given they only had one unit left, if I hadn't put the time limit on the battle, they probably would have been slaughtered. I don't think I meant to put a time limit on it either. Anyway, we're getting beside the point. Finishing the replay, which still surprises me. Looking at my forces, lost about almost 500 soldiers, came out with almost 700 alive. Not the worst in the world. The Rohan force wasn't too much smaller, and they lost the majority of their army. Turning to the units themselves, as you can see, it was very much a smaller scale battle, which makes sense because it was a more professional battle. The Dunlending Army General, the Blood Avengers, got 108 kills, not too bad. 97 kills for these swordsmen, 94 kills for them, 92 kills for these guys, fairly alright. 170 kills, 148 kills. It's great, that's absolutely fantastic. 37 and 48 for these guys isn't that great. And 28 for the Onager is kind of to be expected because it was being more used to destroy fortifications rather than to face the enemy head on. Looking at the Rohan army, however, the general only got 1 kill, and had the battle continued, he probably wouldn't have gotten too much more than that. Then the Sword Thanes got 34 kills, Earl Retainer's got 36 kills, that's fairly bad, all things considered. Axlane's 26 kills, bad. Men at Arms 28 kills, bad. 31 kills for these Yeomen, which is also bad. And then finally, 70 kills for these Yeomen of the Mark, which isn't that bad. Yeah, overall, their army didn't perform that great. I said the bulk of the losses that my force suffered came from their towers and the oil more than anything else. Even maybe my own forces having friendly fire too. But yeah, overall, a bit of a awkward outcome to the battle, which surprised everyone, including me. Anyways, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I know it might not seem like much to you, but for such a small channel, it is massively appreciated. Rest assured there will be more videos coming up on the Dawnless days, including both my own battle replays and battle replays sent in by you. And if you want to send in battle replays, feel free to send them to my email, which is linked in my channel description, or send them to me over Discord, be it via the Dawnless days Discord server or over the Last Alliance Total War Discord server. With all that said, guys, I'm hoping you've enjoyed this video. This is your host, Jakov, signing out.